Tonight, I spoke with that young man who says 38-year-old Jeremiah Barkley sexually abused him for 4 years. He says the abuse started in 2011 when he was only 13, but for years he has stayed quiet until now. As you're about to see, we are disguising his voice and his identity as police say he is a victim of sexual assault.
Yes, he did take advantage of me. I don't like to think of it that way.
His voice and his identity are staying in the shadows, but for the first time, he is speaking up about what he calls a dark and twisted past with his taekwondo instructor.
Anybody can look on the inside, including himself and myself, and realize that the actions taken were very dark.
He says Jeremiah Barkley began sexually abusing him when he was only 13 years old, something that would carry on, he says, for 4 years.
Unfortunately, I was naive at that time to think that nothing would ever happen again, but I was wrong.
And he wants to make it clear that he didn't meet Barkley through class, but through church. Eventually, he says he became Barkley's student.
He did all the things anybody should do for another person. And unfortunately, he did some bad things too.
Now, Bailey's Taekwondo class in Silverton has a new head instructor.
With the alleged accusations against Jeremiah, we have felt we needed to move him out of the position. I'm sick to my stomach. Every time I think about it, my stomach just rolls. I haven't eaten since I heard.
John Haynes has worked with Barkley for 10 years.
I see him interacting with kids all the time. It's hard. It's really hard.
He says his friend has a wife and 2 little boys.
I can imagine what they're going through. I mean, their life has been turned upside down.
And both John and this young man believe Barkley had one sole victim.
All of us are very confident that none of the kids have been put through this.
And this man, who's now 21 years old, says he's finally ready to bring his past to light.
The sole reason I did this was so that he could repent for the things that he did because he knows what he did wrong. I don't want anything other than for him to be helped.
And although that young man is confident that he is the only victim of this alleged abuse, Silverton police are urging parents to speak with their kids and come forward if anyone has any information. Meanwhile, the suspect, Barkley, is set to appear before a judge on April 3rd. Live in studio tonight, Bonnie Silkman, Fox 12 Oregon.